Hey guys, Cassie here. Today I want to talk to you specifically about Kegels and whether or not they are enough. So we're going to be talking specifically about incontinence and more specifically about stress urinary incontinence. So this refers to when you have urinary leakage when you are under stress or strain. So that can be jumping, running, sprinting, coughing, laughing, sneezing, okay? So in those instances, having a bit of urinary leakage. And a lot of women who are experiencing stress urinary incontinence are told to do more Kegels, or Kegels as they're actually supposed to be pronounced. And the truth is that isn't enough. I have to tell you, doing Kegels isn't enough. And the reason for this is that a lot of people are actually doing their Kegels wrong. And if you do them wrong, it can lead to some dysfunctions that we don't want to see. Now, research shows 40% of women are doing them wrong. So that's huge, you guys. So that means 40% of women are trying to strengthen their pelvic floor, but in the process maybe causing more dysfunction. And we don't want that. Now, the common ways that these are being done incorrectly are using the abdominals or using the glutes. And when I say using, I mean recruiting those muscles instead of just using your pelvic floor. So in an attempt to engage the pelvic floor, lift the pelvic floor, a lot of people will instead engage their glutes and their core or their abs. What can happen with this is if you engage those muscles, it can actually lead to more stress on the pelvic floor as opposed to the lift. And this can actually cause more pressure over time, which can lead to weakness. So that's not what we want. So Kegels alone are not enough. We need to make sure that they are done properly. And the best way to know if they are done properly is to have them assessed by a trained physiotherapist who is trained in pelvic health. And they can actually look to see if you're engaging the proper muscles and if you're able to contract those pelvic floor muscles as they should. Now, another consideration when we're talking about whether or not Kegels are enough is, do you even need them to begin with? A lot of people think that they need to just do their Kegels, but some people actually have overactivity of the pelvic floor muscles. Now, what that means is the pelvic floor muscles are always in a bit of a contracted state. So then if you start to do Kegels and you try to contract them even more, it can lead to further dysfunction that you don't want. So we first need to decide if you actually need to do them, and then once we decide you do, we have to decide if you're doing them right. And that's really important. It's really important to practice the proper way of performing the pelvic floor contraction or the Kegel. So guys, are Kegels enough? Short answer, they're not. We need to look a little bit more further into this, and we need to delve a little bit deeper and make sure that we know that you're doing them right and that you need them in the first place. So if you have any questions, speak to a physiotherapist, speak to someone who is trained in pelvic health and who can help let you know what's going on, let you know if you're doing it right, and guide you going forward. If you have any questions, shoot us a message, email, send us a video back. We always like to hear from you, so let us know and we will make sure to answer it. Thanks guys, and have a great day.